No, actually, I might even move in this direction.
Okay. I don't think that would be big. Nothing. I was just thinking. Oh.
Well, I'm just reminding you of all of the good things that you were told on Sunday. A lot of it was really helped, wasn't it? Yes. So have you been practicing any of these things?
I have been practicing a lot.
So, what did you focus on? What did you get out of that master class?
I tried sort of recording myself to try to get that nervousness a little bit, and then I listened to it. I tried to have a better stance when I played, and I tried not moving around as much. I also worked on different parts of the piece and trying to do what he said with it. Like, at the first rehearsal number or whatever, I tried doing I forget what it's called, where you sort of make it like you're making it up.
Oh, the improvisation?
Yes, and I tried the making it light and then the shift. Before the shift, I stopped. And then I did the slides right here. Well, not slides, but shifting up with the finger.
Now, you did some interesting fingerings
Yeah.
in the master class, and I'm wondering if we should revisit all of this.
I practiced the fingerings, so I think they're better. Because I was sort of nervous when I played, so that sort of impacted my fingers, because I used to play different fingering. And then
Yeah, I think you were very nervous when you performed. Yeah. Now, Ella, when we get things ready for a master class, and especially when it's a casual master class like this, it's better to perform smaller chunks of music, but music that is really polished and finished. Because master classes, yes, technical issues could be addressed, but usually it's better for everybody when things are at a very polished level. That's why it's master class, and not just class, right? Okay, so now I'm not sure when he will be able to come and work with all of you guys again, but it would be really nice for you to have the entire piece finished and play the much higher level.
Okay.
Now, did you think back on your performance of the piece at the beginning of the class before the comments from him? And
sometimes my tone was really bad. Like sometimes it was scratchy in like different parts. Like sometimes when I would do like a certain type of string crossing, it would be like scratchy. And sometimes when I did double stops, it wouldn't be on both strings.
I somehow felt that you were not really trusting yourself while you were playing. And when you give performances, because this is a performance that you give in a master class, you have to be 100% advocate for the piece. You don't go and do it for yourself. You go and do it because you believe in the music that you're playing. So what is the best way to believe then what you're doing, if you're doing it for the music you're playing?
Maybe to have more confidence in yourself when you do it. Like, as you said, maybe doing a smaller part of it and having it really good so you can be more confident about it.
That certainly would help. But how about if you have to be an advocate for the music? What does that imply?
Means you're gonna have to be willing to.
Well, you have to make the best case for the piece. This didn't occur to me until I had to play music of student composers. and it wasn't very good, and it had to go on a concert. And that's the first time when I realized that there is such a thing as the music needing help from the composer. From the performer. And that realization that every piece of music that you play is written by people who were alive and going about their daily business helped me very much understand how to approach playing a piece of music and being an advocate for that. So imagine that you're the very first person who is presenting this Vitaly Chaconne before it has become a famous piece and all that. How would you play it? Imagine that you're bringing that to the court of the concert hall, and people are going to judge the piece based on what you're playing, how you play it.
I would probably try to have as much emotion as I probably could to make it seem more engaging.
Right, so all of these musical ideas have to be super, super strong. We've talked about Miss DeLay before, Dorothy DeLay. So she used to say that you have to hit them in the face with your musical ideas. That's how obvious and big and strong they have to be when you present them.
So should you over exaggerate it, sort of?
Well, yes. Not to the point of it becoming a caricature, but you have to present the music because you are an advocate for the music. Okay, so for example, the things that he showed you on the piece, like starting with this grand gesture, with that feeling rooted and all that. Do you see how this works with the character of the piece and how that could actually make that case of the piece? So let's start with that, and I want your head to be in that state of mind, thinking about the music that you're playing, because when you're there, everything solves itself.
Need to tighten my bow. Sorry, I messed it up.
That was a good gesture.
Yeah.
And so the moment the bow hits the string, the feel of gravity and being rooted and I'm going to stop right away because I think there's some principal things that you need to try and do. Number one, the vibrato needs to keep coloring the note until the next note. So once you're in vibrato mode, your hand keeps going in that. You don't just start in the vibrato and then stop. So it just needs to go, yes. So that's number one. Do we need a separate piece of paper for you to start writing? You got, okay.
Handwriting's really bad.
Now, were you at Mary Ellen's lesson? Did you see how he was teaching her to sustain the tone? Do you remember what he told her? So she was playing Haydn, and he was just thinking about getting the bow really close to the bridge and just doing this. And then on the up bow, it's a little bit different from what we do with bow direction. It was going actually from this angle. So whether you go from this angle or from this angle, it still will work, but you need to feel the resistance of the string. So that, this noble, dignified bass is it needs to come from the bow as well. So yeah. So for all of those, you really have to work into the string to bring the sound out. Okay.
Do I try to?
From the top, yes, and then we will talk when you get to the first variation. Stop there, okay? Because I'll have something to show. You can try that one more time. Now, do you think that just think about sustaining could be applied to the soprano of the chord, of the opening chord? On the E string. Yes, so you have to figure out how to do that. You said you're good at math, so you're good at following different operations and following a sequence of events. So can you make a sequence of events for yourself to solve the issue of how to sustain that top? Because it sounds a little bit weak. So get yourself rooted. Yes. So slower bow on the lower strings because you need more bow for the top, right? And then he didn't say anything about this. Sometimes you were trying to do so you need to remain on the soprano alone with lots of vibrato. Flatten the hair sooner. Flatten the hair. That's better.
I just need to relax a little bit more.
Yeah. Can we try this? Just long tones on each of the notes of that scale that comprises the opening. Don't lose the intensity in the vibrato. So keep the vibrato even getting faster toward the end of the note. Yes. Yes. Good. Yes, and feel the 50-50. Feel the violin and the bow meeting. Yes. Don't lose the sound in the tip. Keep the tip strong. Now on the down bow. Yes, so as you do this motion with the down bow, don't let it slide away. The motion, it's kind of J-shaped, but it's going. You keep the high sound point as you approach the tip. That's the idea. Now, can you speed up the vibrato toward the end of the note? So be really light in the left hand. So the bow is very heavy into the string, but the vibrato has to be really fast and light. Yes. Good. go deep into the string. Yes. Now, on top of this, you might start thinking how you can also show the peaks of the phrase.
Okay.
But nothing less with opening. Give it a try. Deep breath before you do that circular motion with the start. Here in this variation, yes. So this is our ending notes. Can you show the starting notes, because it has a little bit of that. So a little bit, the way you will bring that out is a little bit more index finger. Heavy. Don't add time to them. It's more. So. Of the bow speed. Can I have your bow for a second? So you support the violin because I need somebody to be pushing from underneath there. So see, it's not so much a question of fast bow speed, but just you see also how the hair spreads out on the string when I push more into the string. So it's just that you need. Yes, try that with the bow. Right. Think of it as an instant crescendo at the beginning of the note. Yes, more like it. So it's with a very sensitive touch in the hand. Oh, sorry, my phone is making noises here. So let me. Yeah, go ahead. Softer vowel, a softer consonant if you can. It has a little bit too much of k on this. If it can be la, la. Yes. Wow, wow. Yes. And now here. Ella, I'm not really sure if your tempo. No, I'm not bothered by the scratch at all. I'm bothered by your pacing of this thing. Do you mind playing with me for a moment? Because I don't understand what is going on tempo-wise. So let's play the G, the down, the B flat. Sorry, it's a B flat. There is much more flow to that than you think. One more time. And this the four descending notes with a really slow bow, and just think with the hand that we talked about. It needs to
So I
happen.
start from the B flat.
Yeah, that's a good place. Go ahead. Okay, so now
Yeah.
that I like the improvisation. What I don't think will be very good for jazz music is just enormous
stop.
amount of lift. Yes,
Yeah.
the stop is too big.
Okay.
So. Ella, look away from the music and play it by feel. I'll play with you, so play with me. So now, do you see how much more saving I'm using on the first note here? So it is a really slow bow, so you really have to kind of massage the sound and scoop the note out of the string. So now. And we will talk about that in a moment again. But do you feel how the pacing is different? Just can we do one more time together? So say. And so on. Okay?
Okay.
It's fun, isn't it? So give it a try with that kind of. Isn't that 4-finger 4, 3, 2, 1? On the B flat. Oh, 3, 3. Okay, that's fine. So give it even more vibrato. So really. Yeah, good. So Ella, you need to understand that. So we have the slow 4 descending notes. Right now. So that's your springboard.
Okay.
If you play that note without energy, there is no springboard. There is no place to do that little improvisation coming down. So
by springboard, do you mean like the note that you try to get to?
no, that's the note that gives you the energy to play the rest.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Try it. I think you will like it. Okay, I'll play with you.
The second one was
Yes, I want you to feel that. Let me do it once without you playing, because I want you to understand this concept of the springboard note. Now. So do you see how I actually allow a lot because it's also harmonic. So I speed up the bow, and then the they kind of tumble out of that.
Okay.
Can you start on the? That's right. It's an apple. Yeah, and then don't rush so much.
It's not even.
Yes. That's better. That's better. Now, can we add the 4 descending notes before that?
I kind of stopped too much.
Right. How about you don't stop? That's much better. Are you happy with it? Like 50%? Not quite. Try it a few more times. You need to feel that it's a very satisfactory feeling to have just the springboards from which then things just they play themselves after that. If you give it the right push, the right amount of energy, it just plays itself. Now another one.
Okay.
Better. Go on now. Now, which is the springboard here in this one?
The C.
Which C? Is the first C or the second?
Different.
Yes. So feel that, get the energy from it. And the vibrato also has to match that. Let's be a little bit more careful with how much we stylize the rhythm because it sounds almost almost as if it's
everything is
yes. So keep the idea of the springboard, but just even out things a little bit so they don't sound too extreme. Yes, and this is a great place to play near the bridge without sustained sound. That's great. Keep going.
That's down.
Ella, it feels like the diminuendos are happening too quickly.
Okay.
And they almost start too soon. So look, when you see a diminuendo, it's a famous quote from Richard Strauss. He said, crescendo means piano, diminuendo means forte.
Yeah.
Because you have to start from somewhere. If the moment you see diminuendo, you're already it might as well be Marti subito piano or something. So you need to come to a much more natural end of the phrase. Can you start here? And so that's a crescendo.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, start less so you can crescendo.
I don't know where I am. Oh.
Keep the forte. Now, yes. Isn't it much easier to do the music like that?
Yes.
Do you want to try it one more time? Sure. Let's do from the beginning of the phrase. Too soon. So the sustain. Sustain. there was nothing for this last note to diminuendo
So is that
too. Yeah.
So is this gonna be super piano?
No, you still have time to taper a little bit because at the beginning of each of the variations, you can take, well, not every single one, but at most of the beginnings of variations, you can take a little bit of time, and this is a case in point here. So you can reset. We're already in piano.
Okay.
Right.
So do you build up and then go
Well,
down
you
again?
you can shape within the bars as you did. You don't need to get extremely loud, so you're still within the piano vicinity. So this very last note, it just tapers. It has to close there. It shouldn't be already with the flatliner with dynamic. It has to close on it. Do you mind starting from here?
That's correct. I need to save my.
You need to save your bow. Now, are you thinking the subdivisions? Save? Okay, so in how many parts do you need to divide that down, bow?
3.
Now, this shift, so what distance is your first finger traveling for this?
My first finger.
So it's from B flat
B flat to E flat, which.
to E flat. That's our problem.
Oh, it's an F.
So what's that? Do you see?
It's a
Your
fifth.
hand is incredibly precise because your head is telling your hand to go from B flat to E flat, and that's what it's
Yeah.
doing. That's why it's falling short. Now that you have mental clarity, that's a different story.
I don't know why I said E flat. Probably because I've been thinking about that. Let me just write.
So in other words, it's a minor triad. So it's quite a distance. Now, getting into the fifth position, you know, Ella, I'm looking at you and it feels that when you go to high position, you're almost trying to do it this way. Don't you think that there's an easier way to do that without having to turn around that much? Would you like to try just study? Yes. So put the violin down for a second, and can we just study the motion of your upper arm in this situation?
Oh, it'd be like.
So if you extend your arm out here, now do the combination thing. So you understand what I mean by combination?
really.
So you're both bringing this in, but also you're bringing this
Oh.
in. So that's the combination I'm talking about. Now, when I'm watching you playing there, it's like you're stuck here and you go around like this.
And I don't
So
hit
that's
the bottom.
yeah. So you now with the hand you will have to come around the instrument, but just don't try to hug it all the way from this. There should be there should be a much easier way to do that. So could we try and see if we can get there?
So. That.
Yeah. So and get to the fifth position instead of thinking of just going around this way. Yeah. Oh, that looks so much more natural. It's so much better. Okay. You know, back in the days when I did Verbier, the Lakatosh clan would come and play concerts. Do you know who they are? They're Hungarian Romani musicians, and they're just incredible. You ought to go on YouTube and look Robbie Lakatosh playing two finger pizzicatos. It's just incredible to see what this guy could do. But they were saying something to the effect that they start their violinists, they baby little kids, up in the high positions. Why? Because it's so much closer to you than doing this. So now I don't know how they do it. I have no idea how to start somebody in the high positions, but just idea of actually playing close to your face and to your eyes and your nose and everything. It being much easier than playing out here. It has kind of stuck with me, and it's a very liberating thing. So can you just ponder that a little bit and let's get you to that fifth position, and I don't want you to be afraid of it ever, because it's actually an easier place to be than out here, so far away from the origin of your arm. Funny, much. Well, that's much better.
I guess.
Yes, good. Let's go on. Okay, now I would like you to be much more fearless with the bow, because the fingers are doing quite well on the trill, but I'm not getting the sound and the amount of crescendo. So, do you remember that quote from Strauss about crescendo meaning piano? Yeah, but it has to develop. It needs to go to a forte. So the end notes of the crescendo need to spread out.
Okay, so is it just a crescendo to the top and then you start quiet again?
Yes.
Okay.
These are not cumulative. They all keep growing.
Okay. So on the octaves it would stay forte?
Yes.
Okay. My fingers get mixed up.
Yes, so that should be restarting. So Ella, from here, it just has to be like a reset point. So don't worry about what you've done before. Just it's like a new beginning. Right. Could we put that in context?
So don't take
No, go back to the first of the drills. Yeah, you know what? Can we not drill the rival note here? So stop the drill on the E. Okay? So let's do that. Good. That's much better. So I love the crescendo. Now we need to have just that more connectivity on the so. Because it doesn't feel like it's a line yet. It should feel like a line.
And sometimes my fingers get a little too tense when I do that, so they kind of stop.
Oh, your drill is plenty fast. It doesn't need to get any faster than what you're doing. So, keep the fingers light, especially the trilling finger. Keep that light. Good. Nice. Go on. Well, no, but that's So on what interval is your first finger traveling?
Like,
Correct. Now, how do you know where on the fingerboard you are?
from your third finger usually, but
Do you hear the slide with your first finger to the A flat?
well, usually I do.
Okay, it needs to happen. Now the problem is that the hand frame is not
like,
there.
Is it like sort of that?
Well, I don't know what it is. It's just it's not what it needs to be. Can you think of the hand frame before you start moving the first finger out of the first position?
Okay.
So already feel that hand frame from there. But Ella, can you test what I'm asking you? So that's the drill. Now get the frame, hear the frame in first position. No, you're not getting what I'm asking you to do. You need to test the hand frame. Yes, in first position. Yes. Yes. Now, how would you adjust that frame to in third position compared to what it's in first position? Is that the same size frame or is it smaller?
It's smaller.
Right. So, could you try for me? That's not a very good sound in perfect fourth. Good. Yeah. So how do you, Ella? It sounds a little bit random and unexamined where your B flat is going with that frame. How are you measuring it in first position? Are you thinking of a particular finger pattern? So when we talk about the frame, we usually imply also where the whole steps and the half steps inside it are going to go. So are you feeling whole, half for that? I didn't think so. Can you measure it from those intervening fingers? Try that. Right. Yes, and then you have to adjust
So
the
it's-
yes. Your first finger, yes. So it's a little bit like playing octaves. Could we do it in octaves? Sorry. First finger is out of tune. Right. And now let's try on the same string. Yes. So and you're already there because you have just played and then
Let's keep going. Or do
so
I-
if I have to summarize what we just did with this, is that when you shift to a new position, you need to think the new frame and the new finger pattern from the old position. Got it? Which means you have to be thinking the frame and the pattern.
So do I do it?
Well, you can practice it like this. Now, I was very obsessive studying shifts when, I was older than you, but Kevork, my teacher, he had just amazing shifting technique. And mine wasn't very well developed. I got around the instrument, but it was kind of crude and with a lot of missed shifts and all that. And because I so wanted for him to like my playing and me and all that, I wrote out every single shift that I had in a piece of music. And if you write them out, you'll discover that there aren't that many because they keep repeating the same. And I would just practice them in isolation by themselves, like an exercise from the Whistler book, let's say. And if you do this kind of practicing, it's amazing how sorted in your head things become. And then we won't get into any issues with the shifting because you've studied the spacing, you've studied the frame, exiting the position and arriving into the new one, and you see all of the things and so on. Because ultimately, your goal with shifting is to get to the point where you can say there is no such thing as shift. Because what we do on the fingerboard, it's all part of the music, and we just transport ourselves, but we don't think about shifting or anything. It's so flawless that we don't bother with this kind of thinking. But you need to go through the process of analyzing, measuring each one of them, because there's only a finite number of them in any piece you play. So if you were to write out this particular shift, how would you do that? You know what? We're going to get you started with this. I'm going to. Do you have a piece of manuscript paper that we've used before?
I don't have a really good one because I took this upstairs.
Okay, I have one. It's not great, but it will serve the purpose for what we're talking about. Because these are, just your practicing guide notes. So, do you want to write it out, or do you want me to do it for you?
I guess I can.
Okay, I'll get you started here. I'll write the first one. So here's your treble clef, and so we talked about doing F and the B flat here. So just a little bit complicated. And then the next one is from F to the A flat and doing the G flat with the first finger, right? Mm-hmm. So in other words, the shift that you practice is going to be from F to the A flat. The frame that you do is going to be this one. This is 1 1, and you don't necessarily need to put value or anything like that. Now, the next shift that you have is from G to G flat, and it's from your first finger to your third finger. And now it's also on a down bow. It's important to know this kind of information. So, can you practice for me this one?
Yes.
Yes, and you figured out very quickly what your auxiliary note is going to be and all that. Now, can we go into the cadence of the previous variation so we can move on?
So,
yes, yes.
I sort of do this with my hand.
That's fine. If that helps you measure, that's okay. I also have a little. I have a little quirk in my shifting too, because my thumb is not at the same place in first and third position.
Yeah. Stuck.
But it's the way I measure, and I would not change that for anything in the world. I remember that Joseph Silverstein, I played for him in a master class, and he always stood behind students when they played in a master class because he wanted to see their left technique, and you can see so much better from this angle than looking there. And he was saying, "Oh, but your thumb changes place in first to third position," and then he said, "But you're very accurate, so I wouldn't mess with it." He didn't like it, but yeah, but that's what works for my hand. So if you have this little quirk there, if it works for you and it doesn't get in the way, keep it. If it helps you play in tune, keep that.
Okay.
So can we hear that? That's much better. Now, I didn't. How did you like your transition into this variation?
It wasn't good because I had to sort of finish more because I sort of just went into it.
Can you be a better advocate for the piece, Ella? Much more eloquent. Yes, please. I would back up a little bit more.
Okay. Do so for me.
We need to write a few more shifts out in this. So now, okay. So, is this a shift?
Yes.
Yes. So you also need to practice going from which finger? With which finger are you playing the C?
2.
Okay. To the B flat with the
which is
third. So can you study? So in what position is the C? The C is in what position? What position is that?
Position.
Yes. And you're going to which position with the third finger?
Second.
Yeah. So, and do we practice shift just going in one direction? We always go back and forth. Yes. No. Be with the right finger on the C. Second finger on the C. Yes. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Shifting was fantastic. Now that you're aware that you're actually going through all these positions, it's great. Why is the sound getting so?
I don't know. Probably because I'm thinking about doing it in piano, but I'm having my bow way too light instead of having it on the string.
And maybe using more bow too, Ella. So can get just overall more volume and a more healthy piano out of this. Very pleased with your transition because we need to go into something that is more purposeful with the accents and all that. So it says più largo and all that. Don't do such a humongous diminuendo here. Yes. So okay, let me. I think that demonstration is worth 1,000 words. So let's skip the 1,000 words. So right away from the downbeat, even though it's the low point of the diminuendo and then the crescendo, actually it's the beginning of the next variation. So you need to initiate it. accent. It's the downbeat is both the end of the previous variation and it's also the beginning of the next one. Do you know what we call this in music? What is the term? Yes. So can you? Well done.
I
So you're
remember
good
that.
not only in math, but you're good in musical terminology as well. Very good,
Well,
Ella.
you told me
Yeah.
that before.
Okay, so I would like to hear a much more convincing illusion, please. That's better. That's better.
Should I not stop on the accents? Because I sort of did.
That's too much of a stop. Yeah. So more melodious. Think more like a singer would manage them. Don't stop the vibrato, Ella. More vibrato on the bocciatura. Okay, great.
I'm gonna work on.
I love the way you manage the illusion here. I love the way you play the accents. Now we have some shaping that we have to do with this because the
Because I started
appoggiaturas.
explaining it. basically.
Yeah. So do you think about the shaping? Do you think about the high points of each phrase?
Sort of. I think, sort of, instead of like the middle of the measure, like this would be the top. But it's more of the beginning of the measures.
Right, but like for example here, do you see that this is an appoggiatura?
Yes.
So you need to bring that out with the bow and with vibrato. Do you see other appoggiaturas here?
Maybe that. I think.
And it goes into the downbeat here with this. So it's really,
It's more that
it
one.
already has an accent in it, but you really have to lean into this. Now, how
That's
about
it,
here?
that-
Yes. So these are definitely things that you want to show.
And then this one is this one.
And you know, you said something about. I love that you use the word over exaggeration. Because by itself, the word itself is over exaggeration, right? Overdoing it. So you need to exaggerate these kind of things.
Okay.
You feel them. So what keeps you from showing them? Do it, okay? Yes, this is definitely the right musical intent. Now, if you practice and just mess with it, you will find the right amount of how much to push into the string, what bow speed to do, and all that. But this is the right musical planning that you have to do.
Okay.
Now, let's go on. Did you watch Amber's lesson? Of course you watched it. Did you see how he taught her to do spiccato? Which I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Weren't you kind of itching to try some of those things yourself? I almost got my bow out of the case there to try to do this kind of thing. So show me.
I used to do like little pinky push-ups.
Yeah, but so this one is actually not so much pushing with the pinky, but letting go of the pinky. So letting, yeah. So this level of freedom with the bow. So you need that la bla bla on the la bla bla. Da 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 la bla bla da da la bla.
Not all of them are the same.
Because you're doing everything from the entire arm. Can we try the tap tap tap? So you're trying too much. It's too big, and so just drop the bow on the string. Yes. Yes. And now try it a little bit closer to the string. Yeah, with a little bit of horizontal. Yes, with a little bit. Yes. So just blah 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 blah. Don't rush it down, also. So you need to start from a single string. So and after that you mix them, but don't do. But the first note, scoop it out. Yes, yes, yes. So the first starts from the string. Yes, yes, yes. So the first note is the springboard note. Spring. Yes, yes. It doesn't have to be so high on the bow, but that's the one that gives you the energy then for the bow to do this for this thing.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. That's it.
I sort of start doing
yeah,
this.
yeah. Can you turn around a little bit so I can see a little bit better your right arm? And let's try this one more time. Stay grounded. So don't. You're getting it.
So if I keep practicing it like that, will it get faster as I go on?
Yes. You will have to use a little bit less bow.
Yeah.
But the sound is the right sound, and I see the right. Just it will work there. Okay.
Do I keep going or do I
Keep
do
going.
it?
I'd like you to do it one more time.
After I do it, do I go on?
Yes. Yes. That's actually pretty good. I love the intensity with which you're playing. Now, I wish the intensity of the chord matched a little bit more what you do than on the E string.
Okay.
So, because it sounds a little bit. So consider the springboard for the top to be the chord. So scoop it out with better feel. Yeah, vibrato, and then nobody on the. Aha, so both have to vibrate. Yes. dot and all that, it's not such a short note.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of put a vibrato reminder on it both times. Bib, bib, bib. And especially here.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Sorry.
So let's try one more time.
Ooh.
Now this is a shift that you need to write it out. You need to write that shift out. So from which note to which note are we shifting, and on what finger?
It's A from 1.
Yeah.
2. To another A.
Another A. So it's an octave shift, right?
Yes.
Now. I'd like to try something. Yeah, finish with this. So, would you please? So do that on your first finger. Great. Now, when we have a lesson in my house, I'm going to show you a book there by Dounis, Demetrius Dounis. He was a Greek doctor who wrote some amazing things. But you know, when I was teaching at Angkor, David Saron gave to a lot of the kids and you go on a whole octave on that. And now, a lot of the kids in history didn't play with shoulder rests. Do you know how difficult it is to do that? But you cover the entire span of the instrument with this. And, actually, I think that this exercise will be fantastic for you. So we
start on D?
do that. You it starts on the fourth finger, and then you just do the same shift with the yeah. Right. So. And actually, let me write this down, and maybe your mom can order you the book. It's the Dounis collection. It was printed out like 10, 15 years ago with all of his yeah, and it's a pretty good tome, just this one.
Should I do that every day?
Well, yes. For a while, for sure, yes. And this one is called the artist's technique. That's the name of that particular opus number of the book.
Oh, of the book.
And if you text me tonight, or your mom texts me, I'll send you a picture of this, so you can see it. It's just not here. I don't see the book here. So now. It actually goes on all strings, so just so you're not afraid of this shift, how about we practice See, by the time we get to the first finger here, we actually go farther than so this is going to feel really like a picnic in comparison. So can you start BB? Right? Exactly. and then you reverse. Go second finger. You need to come back to first position. Right, and if memory serves me right, it's double dodge. Da yara yara yara. So with quicker. So and then you can try that on a C sharp. You want to try that as well?
Sure.
Let's do it. Can you start on a better pitch at the beginning? Sharp, my dear. Yes. Yes. Right. So you want to really hang your ear on that pitch when you practice. Now, try this and tell me how it feels.
Okay.
Isn't it fun? Isn't it really small and really easy in comparison? Now, give it the best vibrato you can on this, and the best, yes, and the best intensity with the bow. So sustain it. So you really have to, yes, you have to sustain with the bow. Yeah, Ella, there's something I don't understand. So you're playing your A with length that much, and then the octave is half of that amount. Why is your bow sitting on the same sound point for both notes? And if anything, it's even going closer to the fingerboard on the one that uses the shorter string. Can you please observe what you're doing there? Yes, you don't have to be that close to the bridge on the first A. Now, for this one, you have to shift with the bow. Yes. Yes. Yes, now. Yes. Much stronger sound.
Not yet.
Yes, and now with the right bows. Can we back up a little bit there?
I still remember. I stopped my photo.
Not too fast, not too fast, and listen again. If somebody's taking rhythmic dictation on this, they have to be able to understand what you're doing. So, do you know on which part of the beat you start moving?
So the first one, but on the and. Like
So
1 and 2 and if you do
Yeah.
count like
Da
that.
da pa pa. So they because right now it
Oh,
starts
it's on the
taking off
second
so much. Yeah. Da da pa pa. So the moving melody is
Right.
on the end of one. Da da pa 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 pa. pa. sometimes the hand frame is not quite right. And when we have double stops of this kind, it's very obvious. It's also very obvious. So can we make sure that so these chords that we end up playing really sound in tune? So really feel the hand frame for this. Good. To which finger are you relating your third finger?
To a finger in my lip.
To which finger do you relate your third finger?
Fourth. And my.
Are you also relating it to your first finger?
It's because the.
Yes, right. So you need to have the octave frame there and the reference both 1 and 4 for the third finger. I would say more related more to the first finger than the fourth, though. Mm-hmm. And don't change the first finger because the first finger keeps changing. No, don't change your E. Your E is in tune and it's in tune with mine as well. Yes. Keep playing. Good job. Change the amount of curvature in your pinky and you will get it. No, you don't need the elbow for that. It's just drop the
These
pinky with
2 fingers are too.
Okay, now I'm going to help you a little bit with this one. So place the B and the G sharp down. You're pressing too hard. If that is happening, you're pressing too hard. So much lighter in the right hand. So just really light. Play them. Okay, and now we just want. Do you really need to be reaching that far with the elbow? Because you're on the A and the E strings anyway, and the hand structure is what, open or closed? Open. Right. So that's all you need to do. So that amazing hand of yours. Yes.
Oh, now it's too sharp.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So what is the lesson from this little exercise that we did with the drone that I played for you?
That everything that goes with the bottom note, basically.
So the first finger needs to be much more consistent in pitch on that.
And
so
you have
listen
to keep it down so you can have every interval.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to try without the drone once? Let's see how it affects the intonation. The B is too flat, so a little bit higher on the first finger. Aha. So you can clean things up. Now, it's almost 8 o'clock. I think we should stop. Next time I see you, I would like to hear from this variation. So we will start on this variation that we'll just play from here to the end. Do you have questions?
This. How do you think I should practice it? Because I know the notes, but people do things with their bow.
So just to slide down further. So this is more like a sound effect. So this is more like a chromatic glissando effect. So that's all the ages.
Like each separate one.
Oh no! It's because it's very fast. So you can basically it's you can do it with vibrato. We can practice this. So you need to know that. Yes.
While you're doing it.
Oh yes, each one of the octaves. Oh, don't make that face because with Kwan right now we're going through exactly the same thing because he needs to improve his octave technique, and the realization that each position has a slightly different hand frame, and you need to feel that and know what it is. Ends up being the shortcut. It's not the other thing. Oh, I'll just widen or shorten as I go up and down. No, that's not the shortcut. The shortcut is actually knowing each one of them, and then your supercomputer just plugs it in as you play. So. And basically, it's going to be just a kind of vibrato.
Okay.
Yes, because it's really fast.
Basically, just use
Yes.
vibrato to go down.
Yeah. But each moment the octave has to sound in tune. It might not be on the exact C or C flat or whatever. It's written there, but the two pitches, the octave itself has to sound in
I'm
tune.
working on this, and it's going pretty well.
It's going pretty well. Okay, so I'm leaving that
So far.
with you.
So far. I'm trying to just play the tune.
Okay.
I am tightening my bow. I have to get it more in tune. So.
Right. So to which note are you tuning?
What do you mean?
Which is
by
the
that?
ringtone? Because you've got two voices, and one voice has to be in tune with the other. So to which of the two? Always tune to the ringtone. So in this case, your B flat will have to tune to the D. So, and then
my bow's untightened. I can't play with an untightened bow.
you shouldn't. Let's hear.
To tighten it along, so you hear it.
Yes, keep the key in the same spot.
There's no
That's
reason,
right.
So you have to rely
So
on
exactly, so you rely on ear. nose. Check the nose. That's a
Okay.
different one. Yeah.
I need to start that real quick because I always mess up.
Mm-hmm. Careful.
I'm just gonna check it out because I don't
Mhm.
want to forget more.
It's much easier with open air, right? That's right. So. This is actually so much easier than the rest. And then, I need to practice.
That's
Yes, right?
yeah. Well, okay.
You need to practice too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to practice a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Ooh.
How's the Asian, by the way?
It's going good.
I'd like to hear that next time too.
Okay, so I'll do the etude and that. And then maybe the lesson after that, I would kind of want to go through scales and arpeggios with you.
Good. Are you practicing your scales daily?
I try to pick one a day and try to do that acceleration thing. And,
Mm-hmm.
like every other day, I do every single scale every day. Well, I'm
So you
trying
play
to do
through all of them every day, and then you pick one. Sorry.
that.
Sorry about that noise. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I should probably. It takes a long time for me to do all of them. Well, not really. But if I pick one, well, it's confusing. Oh, my legs.
Okay.
Anyways, that's how it's going. And then my arpeggios, they take a really long time because there's like 84 of them if you count every single one. So I usually pick one a day and I try to get the fingerings really good and then chew.
Mm-hmm.
And then I usually, the hardest fingering for me right now is the F one.
Because it's the highest.
I think so. I think
Okay,
that might be
so
right. I don't know.
in 3 weeks we will check on those.
Okay. And I'm gonna keep practicing. Ooh, my shoulder just popped.
Yes. And you know what? These will help so much with the shifting.
Oh no, my shoulder rest. I forgot about that. Can't forget my shoulder rest. We're also very uncomfortable. Okay. Oof. Here, I'll take this off. Okay.